Hello and welcome to the first episode for this week of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite daily podcast where we help you build a thriving business with me, Anna Angelova, business coach and consultant, and my co-host and fellow business consultant, Jores Minasvand. Hey, Jores, happy Monday.
Hey Anna, happy Monday. Beautiful Monday. It sure is, but it's very hot here. It's almost unbearably hot. All the air conditionings are breaking down because they're working overtime. But it's it's good. It's better than February, so no complaints. So what are we jumping in this week with?
Absolutely no complaints, yes. And this week we are starting on this beautiful summer day. We are starting the conversations with a very interesting topic. So, uh, thinking about like you start your business, right? And in the beginning, you're doing everything, but then comes the time for you to hire. So, what is the first role every new business should hire for? This is the topic we're discussing today. And uh, the thing is that the question might sound like, oh, there is a particular role that you should hire for. This is it, like no other way. Well, no, it's not. It's not like this. Ultimately, uh, it really depends. It really depends on you, your business, what you're good at, and all these kind of things. And hiring again in the beginning when you start, like you do everything, and you might have heard this idea that ultimately you want to sell yourself out of every single role, starting from throwing the garbage. So this is might be the first thing you do. You hire someone to actually come and help you clean your home or office or something like this. So you don't have to do this. You don't have to waste 2 or 3 hours a week to do this. You might be able to spend it on something else. So there's no right or wrong answer. And I would say, there are a few things to consider. And like one thing to consider is ultimately the return on investment, right? Like when you hire someone, whether it's like for full-time position or part-time, whatever it is, or even a contractor, uh, how much time and effort it frees for you, and how much new business it brings you. And if it brings you, like, I know we've mentioned one of our clients who is a lawyer in LA, actually, like LA area. So you can imagine, like, if you are from LA or if you've ever been there, driving, like, and she needs to go to court, of course, and like she needs to go to different courts, actually, like it's not just one court, right? Like she needs to go to different places. So driving takes her so much time. And thinking about her hiring and getting a driver where that driver, by driving her, like, she is able to actually focus her time while she's in the car on doing things like taking additional cases, let's say. So if let's say, and this is these numbers are not accurate, but just for the conversation itself, if having a driver frees her enough time so she can get two more cases a month, and let's say a case average is on like a 5,000, so this is like 10,000 additional revenue for the business every month. It doesn't it make sense that she would hire someone and pay someone, let's say 5,000 a month? So it's really about the return on investment. It's really about how it benefits your business, and there is no wrong or right answer. Uh, and I'll give you a chance now, Joris, to share your thoughts as well.
Yeah, it makes total sense, right? Do what you're good at, do what you're fast at. 4 hours of you driving or 4 hours of you reviewing cases or selling or whatever it is it that you're good at. It just makes common sense. And your time is worth $500 an hour. You're billing your clients, and you're paying a driver $80 an hour. It's like a no-brainer. The other thing is that uh, outsource stuff that you're not uh, you mentioned about you don't want to do, like cleaning the office or throwing the garbage. What also stuff that you're not good at, web design, I don't know, answering the phones or accounting or invoicing, and those are the ones that uh, not only they allow you to spend more time on what you're good at, but also the person who does, when you hire an expert, they do a better job than you do. So again, the return of investment may not be quantifiable in direct dollars like hiring a driver, but in long term, you get better quality on everything and on whatever you're outsourcing, and you spend your own time on what you're good at, sales, or you're running your business, and it makes you happy as well. Because if you are bogged down and the back of your head is, oh, today is Friday, I have to go clean up the office and vacuum the floors and blah blah blah. I don't want to do that. That already putting you down, draining your energy. So think about, like you said, Anna. It's not a straightforward. Oh, number one day, week one, hire an office administrator. Week six, hire a. That's not how it works. uh, Understand what you're good at, understand what you want to farm out, and then you can also, like, even a driver. You don't need a full-time driver. You just need a driver that drives you from point to point, and just pay them 4 or 5 hours a day for whatever they work, and then you're done until you get to a point where you can have a full-time driver. But yeah, it's do what it takes to free your time, because you're the principal. You're the one who built the business, and you're the one who can take it to the next level.
Really love the fact that you mentioned like the drain some tasks have on us, and again, yes, sometimes we can put a number where, like, oh, when we hire someone, like I spend personally every month I spend 5 hours on this thing, like 5 hours a month on this activity. Let's say finances, bookkeeping, things like this. If I get someone to do this part time, even, then these 5 hours I can focus on other activities that, as I said, like it brings that much amount of business. It can increase my revenue by that much. So yes, of course, I can get someone to help with the finances, and this we can put a number there. I love what you mentioned again with the burden of some tasks, because this is where we don't realize sometimes that the fact that it's a drainer, it drains our energy, we don't show up fully. And this is additional, that like, in addition to the fact that it frees you, let's say 5 hours a month or a week or whatever it is, the fact that it also energizes you more, like you part of the drain on your energy disappears. So in addition to those 5 hours a week or a month that you get free, like to do something for the business, like revenue generating activities for the business, you also get more out of the other hours that you spent on the business, because the drain is not there anymore. So there's so many benefits in getting some of the things as your business grows, hiring help. Again, whether it's full-time, part-time, contractors, like there's so many benefits. And I would say, like, one thing that is actually a no-brainer. Now, there are people who are great at this, and if you are great at this, then probably this is not your first hire. But a lot of us are very uncomfortable with sales. Like, a lot of us are very uncomfortable with sales. So I would say actually one of the first hires that you can have, and this one can be like, and when I talk about hires, like it can be actually depending on where your business is, it can even be like from day one, you can have someone helping you with sales on a commission base, entirely commission base. No base salary, entirely commission. You bring me a client, you get 10, 15, 20% of the revenue, not even the profit of the revenue. Because like, in the beginning, you want to kick things off. Of course, there are other ways you can get people on board in the beginning when you're starting, depending on your idea and what you're doing. Some people might be willing to have profit sharing or even have some kind of equity in the company, become part owners. So there are ways to get your first hire. And for a lot of us, the first hire will and should be sales, because sales is the lifeblood, lifeline, right? It's the blood of the business, like all oxygen, whatever you call it. Like we need sales for the business to work. So I would say, while there's no right answer or wrong answer, while like it really depends on what you're good at, unless sales is something that you're really passionate about, and this kind of activities like prospecting and selling is what you're great at, most likely this is the one that has the highest return on investment, and you can afford to get someone to help you. Again, because with sales, and it's so easy to say, all this business came thanks to you, like this is how it came. And marketing can also be, I'd say probably marketing can also be something as well. Like the first person you hire can be someone with marketing, because again, it can be easy to say the business, this portion of the business came through your efforts, so this is your compensation. Now, with sales, definitely people were more used to having that different kind of compensation, like where entirely, sometimes it's entirely salary, sometimes it's some kind of combination of salary and a bonus on top of it based on commission. And sometimes it can be, as I said, no base salary, everything is based on commission. And with marketing, I don't know if people were that used to this kind of thing where you have commission, completely commission based, no salary, like no base salary. So it might be a little bit harder to find someone with marketing. But if you're great in sales and at closing the sale, but you need someone to help with getting people into the pipeline, ultimately in the funnel, then marketing can also be a good starting point. So I would say definitely marketing and sales, consider these as two. And as we mentioned, like any function, anyone who helps you free time, where the return on investment you actually make more, make additional, like the revenue, and like you also want to see profitability, not just the top, but you also want to see the bottom line as well. Because this is the thing, if someone, as I said, like let's say you hire someone that, because like, if you hire someone, whether it's a driver or sales or whatever it is, if you hire someone where your business gets 10,000 in revenue, like top, the top line is 10,000 additional. But then as you go through all the things that, oh, you now need to pay this person, you need, especially if it's a hire, you might need employee benefits, you might need this, and this. And then you don't forget that you pay taxes. As a corporation, you pay taxes, or a business, like as a business entity, you pay taxes. Then if it's a hire, like if it's someone who is hired, like not a contractor, then you pay taxes for them as well, and all these kind of things. And suddenly it might turn out that, oh, it might bring you 10,000 more in the level, the revenue can be 10,000 more. But then when you go back to go down to profits, it actually eats your profits. So like really do the math in a way that like you see the full picture, not just the top level, but the whole picture. If it increases your profitability, awesome, go for it. If not, I would say wait, or figure out how can this work? How can this be something that actually increases profitability and doesn't hurt your company? So anyway, I know I went a little bit off topic, but I think this is it, the main thing. Any other thing to add, Joris?
I think you covered it pretty well. It's being smart about it, right? Um, if it increases your profit, it increases your sales, even the potential of sales, rather than being hiring someone for being lazy. I guess that's a big difference. So hire someone where it's worth it. It's like anything else. You spend your money where it's you get a return on it. So yeah.
Fantastic. So, yeah, this is it for today. Starting the week with a short and nice conversation. And as usual, we are here for you, and we are launching our uh, membership program very, very soon. So, if you're interested, if you are just starting your business and hiring is something that you're thinking, oh, when and how do I hire? Like, how do I find my first clients? Like, if these are questions that are on your mind and you're wondering even what business to start, even, right? Uh, uh, check out, I'll add the link, check out the information about the community. And if you're interested, join the wait list so you're notified when we launch it, when we open the doors. The first few people who join, of course, like there are benefits coming their way. So get in line, and we'll be really happy to see you on the other side. And tomorrow, which is Tuesday, we will be talking about the standard operating procedures for a seven-figure business. So, like if you're just starting your business, this might not be a topic that you want to listen to right now, but if you're curious, absolutely. But if you do have a seven-figure business or you have a six-figure and you've been trying to go to the seven-figure level, the episode tomorrow is definitely for you. So we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for listening today. Thanks, Joris, and have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you, Anna. Bye.
Bye.